to Walked Into a Bar, the show where three brothers who are professionals, a lawyer, an engineer, and a preacher, get together and chat, and it sounds like a bad joke because we are a bad joke.
It's mom and dad's fault.
No, mom and dad, it's not your fault.
Yes, it is. It's you created us. It's your fault.
No, it's not. One thing you may notice that's a little different from prior episodes is that Ben is right here. I can smack him.
We can actually touch.
I can
come get us, COVID-19.
That's right.
Come get
That's
us.
right. I still can't. See, I can't smack.
It might be over here though.
It might be. I don't know. We can't smack Matt, but I can punch Ben. It's fantastic.
I will destroy you.
Mom, he's touching me.
I'm not touching you.
You're not touching you.
I'm not. Anyway.
So funny story about that real quick.
Yeah.
Today, I was tormenting my dog by getting, about this close from touching Alexis.
Mm-hmm.
And Malcolm sat there looking up at me, ready to bark. I would touch her, just touch her, and he would just go off. But then I'd go to...
Yes, Malcolm is his son.
No, Malcolm is his dog.
Yeah, my furry four-legged son that always wears his brown coat.
Always. Cool.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
That's hilarious. I want to see that. Show
That'd
it.
be fun.
Come on.
It's actually really easy to get Malcolm to go off. He's very protective of Alexis.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of like our dog too.
Today you'll notice that we're in another new setting in Phil's place.
Yes.
Phil owns a mansion on the hill. Don't worry
that's
about
what that's what it is.
We are actually in the man spot,
That's
aka
right.
his garage.
This is my garage.
This is where he does all his man
This is
stuff,
my garage.
aka fixing all the broken crap.
The broken cars. Let's face it. When
I've
every
seen your
vehicle,
cars.
when the newest vehicle,
I think I was accurate.
Yeah, when the newest vehicle you own is 21 years old and has 200,000 miles, you need a spot to work on them.
In fact, I appreciate it because we're going to work on my 20-year-old truck tomorrow.
Right. We are
by replacing a cable that the plastic piece broke.
Yeah,
a plastic piece. The cable is fine,
but one of the ends broke off.
Dodge learned to do replacement parts.
Well done, Mopar.
Thank you.
Well done.
Other than that, the truck did awesome with a Band-Aid on it. So, not an actual Band-Aid. I used baling wire. So, anyway.
There's nothing in the world within reason that can't be fixed with baling wire, duct tape, maybe a little chewing gum.
Maybe a drill.
Maybe a drill.
Yeah.
Paper clip.
Paper clips. Well, baling wire, paper clips. I mean, really, not much difference.
Yep. So
anyway, we're glad to have Matt back after a week off.
We missed you. I love Chansey, but I love you more, Matt.
It wasn't a week off, guys. It was a very long and arduous week of being on opioids and
I don't know why we didn't
sitting in bed and in a recliner.
Poor you.
So on a scale of 1 to
can't touch
Mick Jagger, how high are you right now?
Right now, I have 0 drugs in me. I'm trying to think the last time I took Tylenol. I have 0 drugs in me.
Okay.
Unless you count caffeine, I just drink a tea.
Oh, okay. You are high as a kite. You are on level Mick Jagger.
Actually, tomorrow's my last day off of work. Tuesday, I go to work.
Oh,
okay.
Congratulations.
Good.
I'm glad you're back to work.
Yeah,
so
it's awesome.
I have 5 wonderful new scars on my abdomen. It's super fun.
That's good because chicks dig scars.
And you have a wife who digs them.
I don't think that's how that works.
She digs at them. You piss her off.
She'll boink. Yeah, that's right.
She's already hit them.
Oh,
yeah. That was
a bad boy.
What did you do to piss off your wife so quickly after surgery? Never mind.
She smiled. We smiled. He smiled.
We were shopping for a new car for her, and I cracked a joke, and evidently she thought it was funny / inappropriate at the same time.
Perfect.
And so she backhanded my gut.
And she forgot.
Yeah, she'd forgotten in the heat of the moment. It was super fun. Yeah.
I forget a lot of things too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm recounting this story just so that there's posterity for that, and so that she will be reminded of how much fun that was.
That's right. She'll come over that curtain and beat you.
You're just preserving the record.
And we will cut that out.
We won't cut that.
Yes, we will. Speaking, I didn't see a thing. Lawyer, I have no idea what you're talking about. Where is what data? I have no idea.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing in the past 2 weeks.
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Well, we are glad to have you back.
Yes,
It's
we
different
are.
without you. It's not the same. We don't ever want to do it again that way. I love Chansey. Don't get me wrong, Chansey. We love you.
Yep.
But it's something about having our flesh and blood, our brother, right here with us so we can party
That's right.
and be
That's
hearty.
right.
So
Speaking of flesh and blood, I'm going to throw a thing in here that I didn't prep anybody for. My eldest is in the room. He's our live studio audience. Nathan, would you come here, please?
actually, you don't have to come here.
No, you
can
do.
Just,
You have to come here.
No,
No,
don't
Nathan,
ruin
come here.
this. Don't.
Come around.
Why does
Come
he
in
just stare at me when I say that?
Because he knows
he,
that
he
you're,
like thinks I'm authoritative or something.
It's not true. He's giving.
I have no authority.
This
than when
is
I'm in the
my
pulpit.
oldest son, Nathan. And Nathan last week released an EP, an extended play, with 6 songs that he's written. Songs.
Let me tell you, being a lover of hip hop, okay. I like Christian hip hop. I like secular hip hop. If you know what the word secular means, look it up. If you don't, he's 14 and he threw down some lines like you would never believe a 14-year-old could.
Yep.
And so go check it out. It's NAC NA space dash space C on Spotify.
Yeah,
That's
on
how you'll
Spotify.
find him. You type it in NA space dash space C on Spotify. You'll find his stuff. Listen to it. Hey, he's 14. It's his first album ever. It's his first produced stuff ever.
Yep.
I know that there are rappers that have made it big that haven't produced half the quality stuff that he has. Yep. And so go check it out. Yep. Even if you're not a rap fan, enjoy it.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff. It has a solid message behind it. Listen to those lyrics.
Yep.
So
good solid lyrics, good catchy beats. Take a listen.
Go
Thank
away.
you.
We love Nathan.
No, you don't.
He's
Good job,
the
Nathan.
firstborn nephew in this clan, aka grandkid to you, mom and dad.
Yep.
We held him when he was only a couple inches long.
He was never just a couple inches long.
I just remember him fitting in the palm of my hand.
No, that was not him. No, but it wasn't him.
We'll
He was
never
never that
know. We'll never know.
He's always been big.
So he's been a good kid.
He is a good kid. Anyway, so that's my little bit of just kind of self-promotion, promoting my family a little bit. Thank you for listening to that, and check out his album.
So with that, we want to dive in, or should I say drive in, to a movie.
Yes, we are in a garage.
Days of Thunder. It's a movie out there. The lead is Tom Cruise. I almost said Tom Hanks.
Show him
yes. Days of Thunder. I want you to zoom in on that. Sorry, there's no cameraman, so we're just going to hold it out here. Days of Thunder. It's one of my favorite movies. I don't know about you guys.
I don't know about favorite, but I know we watched it a lot when we were kids.
I mean, just for the nostalgia, isn't it one of your favorites? Like, you watch it and you're like, oh, I totally remember this.
Yeah, you know,
I can tell you where I was. I know you were, but I can tell you where I was every time I watched it as a kid. And we watched it a ton.
We did watch it.
So it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's older, but it like totally, I mean, the character in a scene reminds me of one of my cousins, Brent. You know Brent? Does it remind you of Brent a little bit?
Oh, there's a little bit, yeah.
I know.
There's a little bit, yeah.
So you think of your cousins, you think nostalgia, you think, the movie itself, and it's just, I don't know. Matt, is it one of your favorite movies?
It's definitely a go-to movie, and anytime I get a good chance to watch it, sit down and watch it, I do enjoy it. I like the filmography with catching the racing, the rawness of what NASCAR was back in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s.
1990 is when this came out.
Yep.
Late
80s, early 90s.
And the simple fact of the matter is that NASCAR back then, racing back then, was so much more dangerous than it is now, and I think that movie captures that wonderfully. On top of that, it kind of gets into what I would imagine, I don't know any racers firsthand, but I would imagine the psyche of a racer.
It sure
It at
seems
least
to.
it at least feels real enough.
When I think of this movie, I have a mechanic buddy who also went to school with me at Convergence School of Ministry, and he talks about this movie like it's his firstborn child. I mean, he has his own shop. Steve, if you're watching this, Steve Estrada is his name. There's no relation to the other Estrada that everybody.
Sure?
I don't know, actually.
This is Stevie, right? We called him Stevie.
No, that's
different
Stevie
Steve.
Richardson.
Okay.
Steve Richardson now, by the way.
Oh, sorry, Steve.
Steve Estrada is a mechanic in Colorado Springs. Awesome dude. Very awesome dude. But, like, we could talk hours on this movie alone just because of how real it was when we were kids, when he was a kid, when we were kids. Just how cool it was. And he was into the race scene. And so just it's funny some of the things they say. He goes, they would never say that. Yeah. But it's really a good movie. In fact, 4 out of 5 stars. Best movie of the summer. Stephen Mecco.
Some guy we never heard of.
Some guy. Joel Siegel.
Heard of him.
Joel Siegel says this. Comes on like thunder. It's a winner.
That's really corny.
Wow, that's definitely early 90s.
Weren't they the thumbs up guys?
That was
Siegel and
no, that was Ebert and
Siegel.
Not Siegel. Schubert?
No.
Schumann?
I have my computer way over there, so
it's not that important. The point is,
look it
up. One of my favorite things about this movie is the cast. It's a really good cast. You got Tom Cruise as Cole Trickle, who's kind of the main character. He falls in love with a beautiful doctor by the name of Nicole Kidman.
Stop the car, Cole. Stop the car.
Let me out of the car, Cole.
It's in a really fun scene where her Massachusetts accent, of course, Nicole Kidman doesn't really have, but she put on for this movie, is really coming out.
Yeah.
Stop the car, Cole. Stop the car.
You definitely hear her Australian accent.
Yeah, you get that in there too. It's fantastic.
It's awesome.
And Ebert.
Great actress.
Siskel and Ebert.
Siskel and Ebert. That's who it was.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
Siegel
no,
and
it's not
Ebert.
Randy Quaid, Robert Duvall, and one thing that I didn't realize until I picked this up and looked at it, Carrie Elwes is in the movie. Carrie Elwes, who is, of course, the Dread Pirate Roberts and Wesley.
Yeah.
Yes,
he is.
Carrie Elwes is, as I recall, is one of the competing race car drivers, isn't he?
Wait, hold on. He's the one that takes over for Cole Trickle.
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
And the driver who is against, and I could be completely wrong about this, so Matt, I need you to do some IMDb. But the driver that is against, that is Tom Cruise's competitor right away.
Yeah.
And this might be something you don't know, but he is one of the main characters in the early seasons of The Walking Dead, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, I don't watch The Walking Dead.
Oh, what is his name? I don't know his name, but Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid is this guy right here. He's the team owner.
Right. They don't show him in here.
No, they don't show him.
Michael Rooker?
What is that guy's name? I don't even remember the guy's name.
Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker.
Yeah, he's in The Walking Dead as well, right?
Let's see. He's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes. He's the blue guy.
Yep.
The blue guy.
Yeah, the blue. He's like the guy who adopted.
Merle Dixon, Walking Dead.
Merle.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Merle.
That's right.
Merle is in this. So if you're a Walking Dead fan, like a lot of people are, Merle is in this before he loses his hand. So check that out.
Cool. So, it's a good movie. It wasn't one of my favorite movies because it came out about the same time as all the airplane movies that I watched. And I'm an airplane guy, more than a car guy, which is kind of shocking. Ben is drinking beer at a fairly prodigious rate tonight.
I'm not.
Anyway,
actually.
It's a great movie. It really kind of spurred in me a love of NASCAR that I grew out of when I was in college, when I realized that cars turn both left and right.
Whoa. This is news to me. They turn They turn left.
Not
And
only
right?
do they turn left, they also turn.
Have you only made right turns your whole life, Matt?
Only left turns. He's an NASCAR driver.
Oh,
No.
So
that's bad.
so they put steering wheels in cars to do more than just turn
No.
to the
Yes.
left.
No,
Yes,
that's
they
how I
do.
made it to South Dakota.
They do.
I only took left turns.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
Wow, this is surprising. This is news.
Yeah, completely blew my mind.
Took left turns.
Also, when I realized that NASCAR was actually supposed to be the National Association of Stock Car Racing, and I realized that
It's a lie.
NASCARs aren't stock in any way,
In fact,
shape, or form.
They're
Well,
not able to drive on the road, and stock would mean that you would be able to drive them off the line on the road, right?
At least
The thing is, Phil, is that one of our favorite cars ruined NASCAR for everyone.
What's that?
The Super Bee.
Oh, that reminds me.
the Super Bird.
Super Bird, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not good with cars, but
We gotta figure that out.
Thank you so much.
Anyway,
it's
my
got a
point is-
pointy nose and a wing. That one.
Well, it didn't. That didn't really ruin stock car racing. It did signal the beginning of the end, in my opinion. But my problem with stock car racing is that it's not a stock car. There's nothing on a NASCAR anywhere that I can think of that's found on its counterpart that's actually sold in the dealerships.
Well, and that's the thing, is that back when the Superbird was going round the ovals, they were stock.
Yeah,
they were
the
exactly,
bodies were anyway. Yeah,
So I want to show.
the engines maybe were tuned up a little bit, but they were for
So I want to show you something. Our cousin Dave is leaning on, and I want to give Andrew a hard time. Andrew knows who he is. So if you can see that, do you see that?
Wow.
The Super Bee that Dave is leaning on. Andrew owns it. Here's the thing. I would love to start a GoFundMe for Andrew so he can get that car going. Because, Phil, if you notice the dust on it.
man.
Right? Am I right?
Sad, yeah.
And the exterior is in amazing condition. But I would love to get if put it this way. If you want to start a GoFundMe for Andrew to get that car going, let's get him some money, get it going, get it working so he can enjoy it. That was his dad's. So if you want to start a GoFundMe, put a comment in our comment section, because that's sad that the car has dust on the back.
It looks like it's a really nice car. It looks like the paint's in great shape. You can see through the back window. There's no interior.
The vinyl is amazing.
Vinyl roof.
Yeah.
It's got that Super Bee stripe on the back end.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. I just met Andrew on Monday when we put the water pump in my truck because I was having a little coolant leak. Possibly another leak somewhere. Well, yeah, it's a big water pump, but it's a small leak. I will punch you so hard right now, and I can. I won't do it right on camera.
Yeah, but
I do it first.
If you do it right now, there's evidence. So
that's what I'm saying. Camera's off, mic's off. Hey, if I turn the mic off, there won't be a problem, right? Hold on. You didn't hear a thing. No proof. I don't know what happened there, sir. I was just backing up. That's all.
Let's just remember, what do I do for a living?
I have no idea what you
do.
do.
We are in my home jurisdiction.
You guys need to stop.
I was just eating pizza.
You guys need to stop playing grab beep.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, Days of Thunder, good movie.
Yeah,
check it out. It's going to be a little corny and cheesy because it's a movie from 1990, but it is a good movie with a great cast.
I do have to say one of my favorite scenes is the truck gets pulled over.
Oh yes,
and there's a cop. But that's not my favorite scene. My favorite scene is when the doctor walks into the room. Nicole Kidman's character walks into the room, and Cole Trickle, Tom Cruise's character, gets her mixed up with this cop, aka someone that was hired to.
Somebody was hired to give him a rise.
Right. And it's my favorite scene because he totally gets it wrong. It's a real doctor.
Doctor. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, my favorite scene is when Cole and Michael Rooker's character, Rowdy Burns, when they go and they're racing the rented Luminas
Rent a cars.
against each other's. Yeah.
Luminas, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're the Lumina. Oh.
And they get to the restaurant and the cars are just trashed. And they toss the keys to the valet, and the valets are just like, say what?
What are we supposed to do with these piles of hunting, John? Yeah, that's a good scene. It's a good movie. There's a lot of good scenes in it. Check it out, guys.
Yeah. So
Okay. We doing
pizza.
We recorded a segment
We didn't record
a couple
it.
of weeks ago. We tried to record a segment a couple of weeks ago. And our technical genius,
Matt.
Ben,
Somehow
the recording didn't stick. We don't know how. And it was an epic little session.
So the problem is, and I just want to make sure, when Mac runs out of data to save on, it doesn't tell you, hey, you're running short. And so you have to go in and make sure. What I really need to do is open it up and put a bigger hard drive in, but I haven't done that yet. So I apologize. We ran out of data and it did not save it on purpose on me. Thanks, Mac. Send me a new hard drive, bigger.
That won't happen.
Yeah, well,
That's
we need
not
more
gonna
views, and that's where you come into play.
That's right.
So the nice thing about a Mac, Ben, is that you can totally just go onto Newegg, pick whatever hard drive you want, and slap it into your case.
You're lying to me right now.
I did that.
However, I do know what hard drives I can slap into my case.
Yeah.
All right, with that, we're going to talk about pizza again today.
Yeah, let's talk about pizza.
And
I want to start with Matt because we have a fight. Me and you are going to go fist to fist, belly to belly, because that's what this is really about, our bellies.
That's true. And
Well,
mine's bigger.
That and
mine's
the pizza
smarter.
that I have is definitely
Matt's the smallest.
available everywhere.
What? Yeah. What is your pizza, Matt?
Okay,
I know what
well,
pizza is, but
Well, my go-to
hoping
pizza.
against hope that maybe you've changed your mind in the succeeding 2 weeks.
My go-to pizza right now is still Domino's because I haven't had a chance. I haven't had a chance to try out any of the my new locations. Okay, that don't ever do that on video again, please.
We got a laugh out of our studio audience, so it's all good.
Domino's is available everywhere. The new recipe that they introduced here, 5-10
It's been a while now, yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
When they introduced that, we gave it a try. Alexis and I did, and it definitely hit the spot, and they made a great change, and I think they definitely improved their market share. I used to like Pizza Hut a lot, but when they stopped delivering to my dorm room in college, I started boycotting them.
And why did they stop delivering to your dorm room in college?
That's something about me only ordering a $5 pizza and expecting them to deliver it for me.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Did you tip them?
Oh yeah.
So what's the problem?
Yeah.
They just didn't want to go and make a delivery for one $5 pizza.
Oh, my bad. They didn't want to make any money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
So, and the
Seems
thing
like their
is,
problem.
I didn't have a car. I was staying in the dorms, so whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
and Domino's was willing to drive it up the 2 blocks to my dorm room. So, it was 3
it's
blocks
cheap.
for Pizza Hut.
And the Domino's pizza's cheap in
Yep.
every sense of the word.
I do have to say this. When I lived in Colorado Springs, we lived across the street from a Domino's, and they didn't care where you lived. They'd deliver it there.
Yeah.
If you lived across the street, I could run over there and get the pizza. But some days I was just like, I don't want to run out in the snow. Deliver me a pizza in the snow. And they would.
They would, yeah. I remember when I was in college, we also ate a lot of Domino's pizzas because they had $5 mediums, $5 medium one toppings. But in Aberdeen, where I went to college, Aberdeen, South Dakota, they would not deliver their $5 pizzas. So we had to go pick them up. That was one of the reasons.
Mm-hmm.
What our studio audience is making.
Okay, let's not focus on the studio audience because the studio audience has nothing to say about this. It's us.
He's wrong.
We're the important
Anyway.
ones. Us three.
The important thing is our camera dying or something?
No,
Okay.
I would tell you.
Oh,
Don't look at Nathan. Look at me for camera stuff.
I'm not going to look at you. He's
He's good looking. He's just afraid of it.
Anyway, the Domino's was the choice for the college kid because it was cheap. And frankly, even then, I thought it was nasty. It gave my gut problems. It didn't taste as good. The crust was like cardboard. They've gotten better. But the only thing they could have done was get better. They were so low at that time. So yeah. I understand why a college kid may like Domino's because it's the economical choice.
I remember at a Youthquake, we went to Denver.
Was
a youth conference when I was in high school. And we went down to Denver and we ordered a bunch of Domino's pizzas. Matt, I don't know if you were with us.
Not that time.
I think you were because I think it was the time that you took the wrong road.
That's a story in and of itself.
Pizza.
Domino's sucks.
Domino's does suck. Because I've lived more places than Phil and Matt.
I don't think so.
I actually do.
No.
Okay, hold on. This is a pizza conversation. I've lived in Colorado. I've lived in South Dakota, Iowa. I've lived in Germany. I've lived in Texas. Nebraska.
Just start counting from South Dakota.
That might have me beat. South Dakota to now. Okay. South Dakota, Colorado, Illinois. And that's one I missed.
Womp, womp, womp,
okay, we don't really count Illinois. But South Dakota, Colorado, Illinois. Matt, you have us beat, I think. Because you had South Dakota, Kansas, South Dakota.
Minnesota.
South Dakota, Kansas, South Dakota, Minnesota, Arizona.
I had South Dakota for 6 months.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I've not left South Dakota as far as a living situation since 1994 when my family moved here. You know why? Because I like freedom.
I like freedom as well. However,
I like freedom and low taxes.
However, I like giving everybody my money.
I cannot find a great paying software job in the great state of South Dakota.
That's true.
So when Christy Nome watches this, what she needs to do to get me back to South Dakota is get great software engineering jobs in South Dakota. And as the governor, she should be able to do that.
Software engineering companies, the state of South Dakota charges low taxes. We have a ready workforce.
Okay.
We have one of the best schools in the nation for engineering degrees. That's the School of Mines and Technology in Rapid City, South Dakota. Come set up shop.
P.S. Christy Nome, you're never going to get me unless the Lord directs me here. So
yeah, she's fine with that. Are we going to talk about your pizza, or are we going to talk?
All right, so pizza. So because I've lived in such a wide range, and Illinois is known for their pizza. Chicago style
pizza, yeah.
So Chicago's real close.
Oh,
however,
you've never even had it.
Talking to your audience again?
No. Matt, he stuck his finger in his mouth at Chicago style pizza.
Okay, it is one of the best pizzas I've ever had.
It is.
Okay.
Giordano's
is one of the best. However, I would say, and this is what I would say, there was a pizza joint that just delivered the night that we recorded the first one that didn't record. It's called Lou
Malnati's?
Well, there's Lou Malnati's, and
that's
then
the one
there's another. Yeah, that's not. Don't go there. That's worse. If you like sauce, go there. If you like cheese, go to Giordano's.
Yeah.
If you like cheese and you don't want to go to Chicago, you can go to a little town called Peru, Spring Valley, somewhere in there. And there's Lou Lagrato's.
Oh, that's right.
And they have one of the best Chicago-style pizzas. Now, here's the thing. That's not my favorite pizza. However, their pizza is pretty good. Get their garlic nuggets. Get them. Because they're amazing. My favorite pizza ever, and I'm a frequent flyer at – no, that's a different conversation we're going to have. So,
how many pizzas are you going to pick?
I have 90,000.
You get one.
You can't pick just one.
You get one.
It's
Matt
like
picked one.
You know what? It's like opening a bag.
You get one.
It's like opening a bag of Doritos.
One. You get one pizza.
It's like opening a bag of
There's
Doritos.
only one
You can't
favorite
just
pizza,
have one.
period.
You
One.
can't just have one.
You get one.
So anyway,
you see what I got to put up with, folks?
this is how the conversation went last time. This is awesome. So my favorite pizza ever is actually a New York style pizza from Pueblo, Colorado. The pizza joint is on the.
Is Pueblo anywhere near New York City?
No, that's what's crazy. But it's a New York style. It's the style. So
but
big,
it's not
fat
New York
slices that you can fold into a taco and eat, and they're thin. It's called Angelo's, and it's on the Riverwalk in Pueblo, Colorado. Here's the thing.
Why would you want to eat cardboard? I mean, when it's that
not
thin,
cardboard.
there's no flavor.
Okay,
No, cardboard is what he's getting to.
No.
Keep going.
Okay, if I was at Mitchell Pizza Ranch.
Also, cardboard is what you ate.
No.
Matt.
No, not the new stuff.
Go to CC's Pizza. You want cardboard? Go to CC's Pizza.
That's cardboard.
Go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes, also.
You want cardboard?
Also
Go to Chuck E.
cardboard.
Cheese.
Jack's.
Shut your mouth. If
And
you want
Jack's
hold on.
pizza from
Jack's frozen
the
pizza's
grocery
cardboard.
store. It's nasty. It is cardboard.
If you are balling on a budget, this is what I'm going to tell you. And you got to listen because I'm a pizza professional. Okay.
No,
No,
if you're on a budget, go with Totino's.
I used to be-
Totino's if you're on a budget.
If you only have a microwave, go with Totino's. But if you got a stove and you like that
you
thin,
gotta go with pizza rolls.
shut your mouth.
No.
If you got that thin crust, if you like that thin crust, cracker crust pizza, go with the Jack's. Jack's pepperoni, nothing else. Because if you get the Supreme's going to taste like you got some artificial vegetables on there.
Oh my goodness.
At least artificial meat tastes good, called pepperoni. So
Nathan,
get your
open the
pepperoni
garage door
Jack's
so
pizza.
all this BS can run out of here.
And when he's talking about BS, he's talking about bright,
The
smart
words coming
stuff.
out of his mouth.
Yeah, you heard me, bright and smart.
So
anyway,
I don't see that you're wearing your hip waders.
balling on
I
a
wish I
budget.
had.
Balling on a budget. Get your Jack's pizza if you can only cook at home. If you can't cook at home, Old Chicago is a great choice. Better than
Not
anything.
for balling on a budget. It's
Better
not.
thing than if you don't have a budget to worry about and you can go anywhere you want,
Which
go to Old Chicago. Don't get takeout. Go have
Old
a
Chicago is
and a pizza.
nasty.
and closed.
right now. Yeah.
There's not a single Old Chicago in the state of South Dakota anymore.
That's South Dakota's problem.
And where are you at right now?
And another reason why I'm not going to South Dakota ever again to work.
Oh.
I'll tell you what, I'm in Illinois. That's where I live. And I have an Old Chicago within 30 miles of me.
Which is ridiculous since you're like 75 miles from Chicago.
No, I'm 2.5 hours.
I didn't say how many hours. I said 75 miles.
No, I'm 2.5 hours of miles away. So that's like, what is that? I'm 160 plus miles.
Can we get to the point where we talk about the pizza you have here?
Here's the
tonight?
thing. Phil and I have this great debate. And we're going to have an interruption video.
We are.
It's coming up.
We are because
You
we're
don't
filming
worry.
this on a Sunday night.
Because
And
Phil can't
my
get his
favorite
pizza.
pizza joint
He
is
can't
shut
get his
down.
pizza. Sorry.
My
Sorry.
favorite pizza joint is shut down on Sunday nights because the owner believes that Sunday is the Sabbath and that he shouldn't be open. And I respect that, Bruce. That's good stuff.
Bruce, let's face it, it's Saturday.
It is Sunday today.
So anyway, hey, thanks, Bruce, for shutting down on Sunday. I totally respect that. I can't deny that. I'm a pastor. What am I supposed to say to that? You shut me down.
I win.
That's not good. Here's the thing. I have a great friend who I've known since high school, since before high school,
Yeah.
since grade
Yeah.
school, who is the owner of the Pizza Ranch here in Pierre. And Phil and I
Fort
have a
Pierre.
great debate.
It's not really a debate so much.
Okay. And technically, it's not even in Fort Pierre. It's like 200 yards outside of the city limits.
No.
No, it's right on
it's
the river
on
in
the river
Fort Pierre.
in Fort Pierre.
Yeah.
Did they move
and
it?
maybe, Lee, if you watch this, correct us if we're wrong. You're in Fort
No,
Pierre.
the Fort Pierre city limits go right to the river.
Yep. So here, I grew up. I grew up going to the Pier Mall and having your pizza, and literally a teenager getting issues with his stomach because he had pizza.
I think you're confusing Gators and Domino's.
No, I didn't get Domino's in high school unless we went to Denver, and that was terrible. No, I'm talking about Gators. Gators did not do a good thing for me.
Nope.
Okay. I would go to Pizza Ranch and good things would happen to me. Good things would happen to me. And at that time, let me tell you, at that time, my good friend Lee, well, her stepdad and mom owned that place. And it was good then. I can only expect better now. And I've had 2 slices of this pizza because I had other dinner tonight. But this pizza is great. Let me introduce you to the Pizza Ranch.
Pizza Ranch.
Now, here's the thing. Pizza Ranch, the only good one I've ever eaten at. And I will tell you this now. The only good one, and I know Matt and Phil will disagree with me a little bit about this, but the only good one I've ever had is here in Fort Pierce, South Dakota.
No, that I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree 100%. The only good Pizza Ranch is the one in Fort Pierce.
Yep.
I've tried, I forget where all I've tried. I know Brookings,
Aberdeen,
and Jackson, Minnesota. I don't think I've been to the Aberdeen one.
What about
I've been to
Mitchell?
the Aberdeen one and it was bad.
What about
I can't-
Mitchell?
No, not Mitchell.
It
And I
was
can't remember
bad.
if I've been to any of them in Sioux Falls.
So I've been to the one in Mitchell, and since I went there, it was pretty good. The one in Rapid City that I went to was really good too. But I'll agree with you on the one in Aberdeen was
I'll tell you what.
no good.
Pierre has the best Pizza Ranch. I have not been to the one
I'll
in
agree with
Peoria because the thing is that you go to Pizza Ranch, you think the name is Pizza Ranch. You go for pizza. No, you go for the fried chicken.
That's true.
The fried chicken is off the chain. I don't eat fried chicken. I won't eat fried chicken.
It's better than the pizza.
So
It's not better than the pizza.
in Pierre, I know that every time I've gone to the one in Fort Pierre, they've had the chicken fingers. Those are awesome. They are awesome. I love them. Love to eat them. And Pizza Ranch has the buffalo chicken. That is a fantastic pizza.
That is my favorite pizza from them, yes.
Well, why didn't you tell me? I would have ordered that.
Because this isn't my pizza. This is your pizza.
Yeah, but we would have ordered.
And because if Gators did a buffalo chicken pizza, it would be better than this.
I haven't had Pizza Ranch in a year, and he's telling me that I order whatever I want. I asked him,
It's your
what do you
pizza.
want?
It's your pizza.
Because he's going to eat some of this
It's your
too.
pizza.
I want him to enjoy it. But no,
It's your
he
pizza.
doesn't do that.
It's your pizza.
So
He
what
wants
kind of
to
pizza
set it up
did you
for the
guys get?
win.
Right.
What kind of pizza did you
I
guys
feel like that's a good cut spot.
He got a
They called it something, but it's a meat lovers.
it's an all meat type
But it's a stuffed crust.
stuffed crust.
I was wondering what their stuffed crust was like because in Illinois, when you get stuffed crust, you get literally dough on top, dough on the bottom, and it's stuffed in the middle. It's like a pie. So, which is pretty good, but I wasn't about it when I had it in Illinois. So, you know what I love about this pizza, and this is it. It's not so much the crust as much as it is the sauce and the cheese. They throw a lot of sauce and cheese on that. What do you think? The crust is very dense, so that's why it's taking them forever. Do you need a drink?
I have drinks.
Oh, my bad. Didn't know I was going there.
Now, this pizza is a little bit, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours old. Makes it a little harder to get through. The flavor's not bad, but the crust is not what I expect a crust to be.
It's doughy and dense, which I
not
sometimes
doughy.
like.
It's dense, but it's not doughy.
Oh.
Is it better than Domino's?
Oh.
Without a doubt.
Is that a question?
Without a doubt, it's better than Domino's. No, it's not going to be Gators.
We'll see. Okay. So, I'm trying this other pizza by Gators. It's 100% different than I remember in high school. It's less greasy. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I personally have loyalty issues. And so I would say the crust is a little bit better than Pizza Ranch. But everything else, I'm going with Pizza Ranch.
But you're saying that because of loyalty issues.
No, I really did enjoy the pizza yesterday. Yeah. There's a lot more sauce on the Pizza Ranch pizza than this. I like sauce. I feel like the cheese was about the same. The toppings, there's more hamburger on this pizza than the other one. Mm-hmm. but I feel like there was more bacon in the other one.
There was more bacon.
So, I mean, you can't go wrong with more bacon.
I think the crust on the Gators pizza has a better crust. I'm not a huge fan of sauce. So having a pizza that's got a little less sauce is fine by me, unless I'm eating the Chicago style. But the crust on this is better. I think the flavor combination with everything, I think it's all a little bit more even. You don't get too much of one thing. And so that's why I like the Gators pizza better. That being said, I will say I did have 3 slices of the other pizza for breakfast this morning. I put it in my oven to warm it up, and after it got warmed up in the oven for a second time, the crust was better. It crisped up a little bit. It was better then, but it still wasn't Gators pizza. So Gators is the best pizza in the world.
So hold on,
for regular style pizza.
$5 difference between the two.
That's a problem.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I believe their pizza, I could be wrong, I don't think it's a 14-inch pizza. I think it's a 16-inch pizza at,
sure.
For a large. This is a 12-inch pizza.
No, this is
a 14-inch
pizza for a large.
A large 14-inch pizza. I'm used to 16-inch pizza being large.
Sure.
I'm used to paying this price for a large, but I'm also getting 2 extra inches of pizza.
Right. There's a definite dollar difference. There's a definite economic difference. But I think the pizza is so much better that I will go to Gators and pay the extra money before I go to Pizza Ranch. Unless I'm wanting buffet and getting all the other stuff. I'll go to Pizza Ranch buffet all day long because you get so much good stuff on it.
Yeah. Well, I would order another pizza from Pizza Ranch.
Yeah.
But that's because loyalty. You have loyalty issues too with Gators. So
Bruce is the man.
Not Bruce. He said that you said a lot of bad things about me, and he believed them. And so
that's true.
Bruce,
it's true.
Not my fault.
This is really good, but it's
Bruce,
also
good job on the pizza.
It's also really, really great with the beer.
This is Dragon's Milk. So when with your brother, have a drink when you're with him.
Oh, so
but anyway,
good. So good.
Good pizza. I don't think it's my top. I still pick Angelo's Pizza in Pueblo over all pizzas I've ever had. You can get fresh, roasted green chilies on your pizza there, and you can't beat that. So, hey, with that, future Ben and Phil say hi to past Ben and Phil and Matt, and we go back to them.
Talk about drinks specifically tonight. Ben and I each have a local craft beer from South Dakota. Matt, what do you got going on?
I've just been drinking water.
Looks like you just had a surgery or something.
Well, I mean, admittedly, I had one last night, but a beer last night. But
what was it?
Just a fat tire.
You say
just a fat tire.
Let me tell you, the birth of microbrews was through fat tires for me.
He's not wrong.
It was through fat tires for me.
When Ben and Mom and Dad lived in Colorado, I had friends here in South Dakota who, if they heard that I was going to visit them, would say, "Bring me back a case of fat tire."
This is before I even tasted beer.
Yeah,
that's a bold-faced lie, Ben.
This is before I tasted real beer.
Matt has a medical excuse. Like I said, Ben and I each have a local craft brew. Yeah. When I say local, I mean within the state of South Dakota, because it's nothing for us in Pierre to drive to one end of the state or the other, to Sioux Falls or Rapid City, a 2.5 or 3 hour drive, respectively. And so when I say local, I mean within the state. And what I have is a beer from the Lost Cabin Beer Company in Rapid City, South Dakota, in the west end of the state, close to Mount Rushmore. This one is called Lord Grizzly Scotch Ale. This is a Scotch ale. It is 8.2% alcohol by volume. And according to Lost Cabin, it pairs with bear fights, game meats, and campfires. And I can't say they're wrong.
Trust me, bear fights, we just had one.
We did. And it worked really well with that.
We won. You don't see any scrapes and bruises on us.
Do you see the bear? No.
You should probably try and do this.
The bear's gone.
Don't try and do this at home.
Don't do that. Anyway, very good. It's a Scotch ale, so it's a darker roast malt. It's got more of those darker characteristics to it. Very, very smooth. Very little hoppiness, which is, I think it's a little bit odd in the Scotch ales that I've had. They've tended to be a little hoppier. And I apologize about the sound of some bro truck going down the street.
We don't apologize. We're in a garage.
And yet the bro truck goes down the street anyway. And I also apologize to the bro truck about, why he's got to drive a bro truck. Anyway.
Compensation.
I didn't say it. Lord Grizzly Scotch Ale, fantastic beer. It's not a cheap beer. A 4-pack was about $17.
It's worth it.
But it comes in pints, as they say in Middle Earth. You can see my pint versus the 12-ounce can.
AKA my pint.
It's a great beer if you can find it. I've been very impressed with Lost Cabin Brewery in Rapid City and some of the products they've put out. Check them out. They are a member of the Independent Brewers Association. So you know that they're making it for them and not for a conglomeration of the big boys.
Yeah. Great
beer. Check it out if you can.
Another independent is a beer from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Remedy Brewing Company out of Sioux Falls. It's called the Dakota Classic. And I can only say that this is so true to the name because it's an American lager. And I would say South Dakota is, if they have an addiction to alcohol, American lager is where
That's
it's
what
at.
It is, yeah.
However, I did have.
There are still bars in this state where you can walk in and say, I want a beer. And they're just going to give you a Budweiser or a Miller or something.
They don't give you a choice, right?
No, it's just here, have a lager, and that's what it is. There are still bars in the state that do that.
If you live in Illinois, where I live, you walk into one of the bars and you're like, hey, what do you have? You're really throwing a fishing line out and hoping that there's something good. Otherwise, you're drinking water the rest of the night. And I mean that in like Coors Light. So I had what Phil had, and I don't remember the name.
Lord Grizzly.
Lord Grizzly. If I were to compare these two beers, I'm over here.
Yeah.
But this one it's a lager. It's it's a normal lager. It has a little hop, bitter taste. It's a classic. It's crisp. Yes, it is a summer after mowing beer.
Sure,
I would agree with that. It was made for ultimate relaxation. This isn't what I would relax with. I would, after mowing, maybe have one. It's nice and crisp. It's refreshing a little bit, but I would prefer this over over this for relaxing.
And if you want to relax on a nice summer day after mowing or something, you want to drink Leinenkugel's summer. Is it Shandy?
No,
I'm going to disagree with you there.
No fruity flavored beers like that. No,
that's not fruity flavor. It's lemon.
Yeah.
However you say
Leinenkugel's summer Shandy.
Out of all their beers,
I'm going to agree with you on this statement. I can tell where you're going. I'm already.
The summer Shandy is probably the best.
No, I don't agree with you. That's no.
It's the best I've had.
No, Leinenkugel's makes so many great beers.
Summer
Shandy is the worst.
Put it this way, because
Berry
of the beers
Vice.
I've had from them, I don't choose to pick theirs up because of all the beers I've had. I feel like I've had a handful of their beers. I don't like them. Why would I ever go back? I want a beer. I want to pick a brewing company and I want to pick up their beer and go, I've had a good beer from them. This is probably going to be good. Okay. Decorah has a brewing company. They have wonderful IPAs. I've never tried a stout of theirs, but I would dive into their stout. It's
because
called
their
Goliath.
Because their IPAs.
But their IPAs are off the chart.
Yeah. So let me, as far as lagers go, do you think this is a good lager?
I would try other beers from them.
And Remedy Brewing Company, that was one I had the other week on our show. I had the Queen Bee or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The one named after the mill in Sioux Falls.
If I remember right, I went to a brewing company.
Excuse me.
I went to a brewing company before I moved to Illinois, in South Dakota with Bree and her husband Paul, with Lola, and we went. I don't remember where we went, but I want to say Remedy.
Could have been.
And I might have had
Falls?
I might have had a bee.
You might have.
A few years ago, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was a good beer. It was a really good beer.
I could be wrong on that. There's a couple breweries in Sioux Falls.
There's Remedy Brewing Company, but then there's Fernson Brewing Company. I've had more Fernson than I have Remedy because Fernson's cans came to Pure before Remedy's did.
Yeah.
And Fernson they've got a great sour called Curio.
No, we should have gotten that.
Yeah, well, they didn't have Curio there tonight. But I had their Curio, really liked it. And then because I like their Curio, I tried their IPA, and I don't like IPAs, but their IPA was very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
So,
well, if you've had an IPA from Distill Brewery, in normal Bloomington area of Illinois, and they have a phenomenal IPA.
Yeah.
I've had a couple of their sours. Oh my goodness, they rate up there with brewing companies in Greeley, Colorado, like Weldworks, and I forget the other one off the top of my head right now, but there they have these sours that they say, hey, freeze these.
Really?
They turn into slushies.
Oh.
And you can drink them. And they're amazing. So next time I go
Yummy.
out to Colorado, I hope to pick up a couple packs and drop them off with the in-laws so Lola can, because next time I'm in Colorado, I'm probably flying.
Sure.
So,
That'd be nice. Yeah. I think we've lost Matt.
No, I'm checking to see if my favorite beer of all time is actually available here.
What is your favorite beer of all time?
Leinenkugel's Berry Weiss.
You like the Berry Weiss?
I'm not a big fan.
I love the Berry Weiss.
Well, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, pretty clear that there is.
I could in Brookings, I could get it on tap.
Since we're talking about favorite beers of all time, I have to say that my favorite beer of all time is Hofbrau's Dunkel. Hofbrau being one of the 3 original Munich breweries. It's the very iconic HB logo you see on a lot of the Oktoberfest things. Hofbrau. They have a Dunkel, Dunkel is German for dark. It's just a dark beer. Oh, so good. Smooth, sweet, very drinkable, probably too drinkable. Just a great dark beer. Really, really fantastic. It's not a stout or a porter. It's more of a dark ale, but just amazing. Great beer.
I don't think I told you guys, but maybe I did, about a app called Tavor.
Yeah, I think you did mention it.
Okay. Maybe it was on the recorded video. Maybe it was last week. I don't remember. But I have some amazing beers coming to me from like 903 Brewing Company.
You did.
Black
you mentioned
Project
that last week. Yeah.
I just have to read the description on one of these beers.
And I hate you because you get to have those delivered to you in your home state. I can't have beers delivered to me in South Dakota.
I apologize.
Legislators, fix that.
I was really hoping that this package would come to me before I came up here so I could share some with Phil. But unfortunately, it's not even going to show up when it was supposed to, which was tomorrow.
That's too bad.
It's not going to show up until I get home, probably Thursday.
Which is probably a good thing. So probably steal it off your porch.
I mean, I do have someone checking my mail. But this one beer, it's a dessert beer. Haven't been the same in Texas ever since Eaters. Dessert beers, so they're talking about this. They transform practically every crave-worthy treat. Now, hold on. Buckle up, my sweet tooth friends, because today's stuffed blueberry brownie cheesecake stout.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Brownie blueberry cheesecake stout.
I have 2 of those coming up.
Oh.
So I can't wait for next week.
So there's only 2 things that beer can be.
Amazing or amazing.
Or absolutely awful. I've had beers that sounded amazing.
903.
I've had beers that sounded like they would be just the best thing since ice cream.
903 Brewing Company is a lot like
Hold on. And then you drink them and they're awful.
Okay. I get that. 903 Brewing Company is a lot like what Lord Grizzly Scotch Ale Lost Cabin Brewing Company did for me tonight.
Just you're going to drink something from them because you've had so many good beers from them already.
This to me was worth $18.
Sure.
Okay. This one beer was worth half of that.
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably spend half of that. Don't go thinking Lost Cabin that you want to charge half the price that you normally would.
No.
Because one thing, that's my opinion. That's not a reality. This beer, I don't know if it's worth $9.
It's a lager.
Right. It's a lager. Put it in a better price range. This stuffed beer, 903 Brewing Company, you've heard of it. If you like beers, you've heard of it. Yeah. It's a Texas brewing company. It's going to be large and it's going to be great. Here's the thing. It's going to be amazing.
Yep.
I've had their stuff before. It's all amazing.
Yep.
I mean, I have other things on this order. Like I have Anchorage Brewing Company out of Alaska. They have some great stuff.
Anchorage makes some good stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I have one of theirs. I have a Black Project, which I hear phenomenal things about. Ironhurst Brewery. I have a Quilter's Irish Death. I've heard wonderful things about that beer. I have 2 more coming from 903. I have a Foundation Brewing. I have 2 coming from Foundation Brewing Company. What do you have coming from Foundation? Double Stone Jam. I have 2 Double Stone Jams. Okay. So I have a Painkiller Slushy from 903 and a strawberry pineapple mojito slushy from 903. That's the beer I was telling you about.
You're supposed to
Well,
freeze
it works. You freeze them,
Okay.
or you put them in a cup, freeze them, or whatever.
Sure.
I don't know how you do it, but I just put them in the fridge and drink them, and they still taste like a slushie. Wow. They just don't have the consistency of a slushie. So
Good stuff. Cool.
But with that, next week, I can't wait to share one of my new beers with you next week. I think it's going to be phenomenal. But while you're waiting, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell in the top. I think it's right-hand corner. I'm going to go on a limb here.
It's underneath the video.
Oh, the bottom, one of the bottom corners.
As you're looking at the video, folks, right down here.
Or over
It's
there.
going to say
depending
subscribe.
on how the video goes.
No, over there.
Yeah, one of the two. Anyway,
What kind of computer are you on? It's going to say subscribe.
I'm talking
And
about
then
the
right
bell.
next to it is the bell.
Right.
Ring the bell.
So
That way you get notified when Ben posts our video because he's doing it.
Hold on. So last week I said Matt is over here or something, and he actually ended up being over here. Even though on my screen he was over here. Like Matt's over here right now, like on that side of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any good advice on how we can make the tech stuff work better, tell us.
How about
Tell us.
we don't worry about where we're at?
Just tell us. Help us. Help us, please.
Anyway, we love you guys so much, and we could use your help. But first, subscribe and like our channel. Put your post notifications on.
Yep.
We'd love to see that happen so that you know when our videos come out.
Yep.
Tell a friend, tell two friends that, hey, there's three brothers that are just kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And we would love to have their content, and people want dumb stuff. So check it out. I hope we're dumb enough for you, and we love you guys so much. But thank you for joining us this week. You're amazing, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.